you think that your kid has some weird behavior pattern? You think your kid actually has some psychological pattern and you would like to understand those patterns. Hi, I am Preeti and you are watching this video on I'm going to discuss a few things that it's happening with your kids and it's what message it is giving to you so that you can improve that situation. Okay, try to watch this entire video so that you can understand all the different things that are being shared here. Okay, stay tuned. The first thing is if your child is lying, if your child lies a lot. See, lying will be like two different ways. One is very light lies that the child is not intentionally telling, they are just try to be funny. Okay, in that case, you will not feel that it's like much offending. But the second kind of lies, where the child is literally trying to hide something, it's like a very big lie that a child is doing. Why is the child lying? It shows a lot about you. It shows a lot about how you treat your child. If you judge your child a lot, if you punish your child a lot. See, even if the child is small, like 4 years, 5 years, the child is going to have self-respect. But if you treat that child like shit, okay, that child is going to lie because they don't like to be treated that way. If you are beating up your child, then also your child will lie. Children don't like get beaten up. See, even if you are just giving a light tap, still for that little child, see, little kids are very delicate, they are very sensitive. Okay, and compared to your body is like rigid and strong. With age, you might have noticed that even if you get a little of tap, it just feels like a tap. But little kids, just a little bit of tap can feel like a tight wrap. So just watch yourself. If your child is lying somewhere or the other, you may need to mend your ways, how you have to deal with your child. The second thing is if the child has stopped listening to you. Okay, they don't listen to you anymore. They used to listen to you before, but now they have stopped listening to you. Why do they do that? See, there were times when you had given your word about something, that you will buy them a chocolate or you will take them out on picnic, but you did not do that. You did not fulfill that promise. That was something that your child eagerly wanted. They wanted to go out, they wanted to have that chocolate, they wanted to go to some place for dinner, they wanted to go Disneyland or some children's playing park. You promised them and then you did not do it. So now they are also not interested in listening to you. See, you may have an explanation that, oh, but I was really busy. I actually wanted to take my child but could not take him out. Now what do I do? See, if it's not possible, I don't say that every commitment you make to your child, you have to fulfill. Yes, you need to fulfill. But there will be certain times when you may have to break that commitment. Even if you break that commitment, just come and sincerely apologize to your child. Sincerely confess to your child why you could not make up for that commitment. Children actually know to measure, whether you are honest or not. If you lie, children are going to smell it. The next thing is if your child is more interested in television, in video games, in mobiles, and they are not listening to you, they are not paying attention. What does that mean? It means that when your child needed your attention, you were engrossed in that TV program. It means when you wanted your father's help, you asked some question to your mother and she was busy in her mobile phone. This is where now the child has learned it from you. They have learned not to give a shit to you even when you have something important to talk about. See, the child may have the stupidest question in the world to ask you, but at that moment, it's like the most important thing for the child. He does not know that it's a stupid question, and that it will feel humiliating to you for asking that question. The child does not know all that. So for the child, it's the most important question in the world. And when he comes and asks that, make sure that you pay attention to your child. Which does not mean that you will always be in the good mood to answer your kid. I totally get it, because when you are working and when you had a very hard day, when your boss had given you something, when your boss had told you some harsh words, it may be difficult for you to maintain your calm and answer to all things that your child is asking. See, when you're not in that mood, ask somebody in your family to handle the child for some time, till you settle down your mind and you are still in your good moods. Okay, and you return to your good moods. Try to reach to that point. Once you are in the good mood, then go to your child and say, okay son, what were you telling me? Please, can you tell me? Let's talk about that. Go and talk to your child about that. Then your child will be happy. Your child does not know what is stress. Your child does not know what is like to work for 10 hours, 12 hours in the office. So children don't know. But if you know it, you and your partner, your spouse, you need to share your responsibilities. When you are down, your partner has to take care of them. When your partner is down, you have to take care of them. If your child keeps falling sick often, okay, if your child falls sick very often, they have some psychological issue, they have some issue in their body that even doctors cannot detect. Every report that the doctor is giving is normal, but still the child is showing some kind of unhealthy behavior pattern or unhealthy health pattern. What is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is you as a parent. You and your spouse, you may be fighting, you may be having very bitter fights, you may also be talking about separation, you may also be talking about divorcing or leaving each other. Though after that fight, you are back again loving each other as deeply as ever. But the child does not understand, because child does not understand. If you are talking about separation, don't do that in front of the child. See, sometimes you may just talk about separation, talk about separating or leaving that person's, your spouse's side. It may just be that you do it when you are very angry, but once you have cooled down, you are back again with your partner as you were before. So don't try to talk that in front of the child. Child takes it to heart, and psychologically the child creates that kind of environment, that kind of health that will bring both of you together. Maybe if the child sees that the child is sick and mother and father both have to get together so that they can hospitalize the child or they can take that child to some specialist, that is where the child sees, oh, parents are together again. And once they see you together, they will get healed automatically. When they see a big fight happening, they will again develop some kind of health issue which is undetectable. See, be very careful. This is not something that a child is consciously doing. It is happening on an unconscious level. So don't try to charge your child with that they are doing it purposely, and I don't know what your spouse is teaching them. Don't try to scornfully put all those remarks on them. If the child is hating you, the child is totally bitter, the child wants to beat you, they want to hate you, they want to give you the harshest punishment. The thing is that children are very delicate. They are very sensitive. Okay, so when you try to take advantage of their niceness, see, even if it's very necessary for you to take the child to a doctor, Okay, and if the child has to have some injection or something, try to talk to the child why it is important for him. Make him prepared mentally. Don't forcibly pick your child up and get that jab. The child will start hating you if you do that. Try to talk the child down. Talk to the child why it is necessary, why you also had those things, and it's good for the child. Try to talk it down to the child so that the child is mentally prepared. See, there are two ways. One, you need to grab your child and throw him into the vehicle so that you can drive to the doctor's place or drive to somebody's place where you want to visit, where the child is unwilling. The child does not like that place, the child does not like those people, but you are forcing them to go there. That is where the child will start hating you. The moment they feel they can like get away from you, they can like run away from you, they will do that. But there are some places that your child does not like to visit. Don't take your child there. But if it's a doctor's visit, if it's really essential, talk to the child. Make him willingly come with you, and not like where you are grabbing the child, throwing him into your car and driving him to the doctor. Not like that. Make him willingly come. Where they know that if they are getting an injection, they will get pain, but they are willingly coming with you. Okay, there is a difference in both. So yes, so this is what your child's behavior says when something or the other is happening with you. So try to share this video with as many people whose children are having some issues and they need to understand what is actually happening with them. Okay, if you have liked this video, hit the like button. If you feel that this video can help somebody, share with all of the people around who have kids. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, keep following the path of your soul's purpose, because you are born for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon. When you click on the bell icon, select all notifications so that you get notified about all the videos that I upload.